Those of you that don't know what this book is, this is the Diagnostic Manual for Mental Health Disorders. And legitimately, when it first started, it was about this thick, and now it's this thick and growing. And this is what clinicians and psychiatrists and basically anyone uses to diagnose you with mental health disorders. And there's tons of problems with it. This is just one of those problems. About 60% of authors who are working on the revised edition of this manual, so the DSM-5-TR it's called, received funding from Big Pharma. $14.2 million of funding. Now keep in mind that 100% of the contributors for the diagnoses of depression, bipolar disorder, and schizophrenia in the DSM-5 received funding from Big Pharma, 100%. And this is a brand new study that just came out January of 2024. The corruption of the Diagnostic and Statistical Manual of Mental Health Disorders just keeps on giving. At this point, what are we even doing?
Starting with our first study that was published in 2006, we found that almost 60% of the authors of the DSM had financial associations with industry. And then when we replicated that study in 2012, we found approximately the same percent. And then now with the DSM-5-TR, we found that 60% of the authors who met inclusion criteria had ties to pharmaceutical companies. I thought maybe some, but I was quite surprised at the percentage of members who had industry ties. And just to clarify that for people that might wonder, why should this matter? Unlike other diagnostic manuals, there aren't any biomarkers for any of the disorders in the DSM. There's no blood test or scanning technique, for example, that could determine if a person has bipolar disorder or schizophrenia. And so that makes this manual more vulnerable to industry influence.